Somehow, our small dog keeps slipping through this section of the gate, I think. So we're going to close that gap and make it a little prettier. I know. So the first step is to rip down some scrap pieces of cedar that I have to make a frame that'll hold some cedar pickets onto that existing structure of the gate. Cut the pickets all to length, and then I start on my lap joints, and you can see each time I make a pass, the blowout actually helps me position the piece for the next pass. Everything fits. Little Titebond 3 waterproof wood glue, a couple staples to hold it in place, and then I decided to clamp it anyway. So the next morning I realized that I had made a square, and this square shape was going to interfere with the corner brackets that hold the pipe together on the chain link gate. So I made a new one. This one's more like a hashtag. Did some sanding. And I was ready to start tearing down the old gate and put the new skin on. And it was actually like a perfect friction fit in between those brackets on the corner. Cleared out some space for it to open properly. And I attached it using these one-hole straps for electrical conduit. To get all these pickets straight, I clamp the bottom piece on first, so I can make sure it's level and then use that to line up all my other pieces. That's just a reference at this point. That's just a random piece of wood from the shop that I thought would make a nice gap. In between, I use that for all the pickets to make sure they're nice and consistent. And the top of the gate is a little narrower, so to cut about 1/2 inch off the total width, and I ripped the second to the top piece down to width so it would create an accent. I want to add a curve on the top of the gate that'll match the curve on the trellis that's about 30 feet away from it. And so this is how I lay out curves. Mark and clamp the center of a scrap piece of wood and then just bend that piece, and it creates a pretty consistent curve as long as there's not a bunch of knots and inconsistencies in the wood. Then the inspector came by to make sure I was using my tools properly. cut that curve with a jigsaw and clean it up with a sander. Put those pieces on just the same as I did the rest of them. You can see I cut out for the latch. It's pretty straightforward. It works great.